Have you ever taken a moment to contemplate how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a common aspiration, as we all yearn for affection, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn genuine admiration? Not just for our superficial qualities or accomplishments, but for who we truly are at our core. Imagine every relationship as an adventure, with you as the explorer of your own self. You aim to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others. However, to do that, you need a map, a path leading to understanding, connection, and ultimately, love. Today, I will guide you in discovering your true value in a relationship, drawing on 9 ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. These lessons are not mere empty pieces of advice you often hear. They are about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Get ready to illuminate the mysteries of cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships, ones built on mutual respect and inner strength. So, how does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? The Stoics believed in focusing on what we have power over. And guess what? Your self-value is entirely within your grasp. It's not about how many likes you get on social media or if someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this. Imagine you're a gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the worth of a rare gem, right? Some might stroll past without realizing its significance, but that doesn't diminish the gem's value. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't diminish just because someone overlooks it. Let's be honest. We've all experienced rejection and felt inadequate, especially in today's world where everyone appears to be thriving. But here's the real deal. With a Stoic perspective, your value isn't dependent on someone else's validation. It's connected to how you conduct yourself, your principles, your deeds. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your values? That's where your genuine worth resides. The Stoics believed in self-reflection, so pause for a moment to consider your qualities. Not just the obvious ones, but the deeper aspects. What truly defines you? When you recognize these qualities, you'll find strength. In relationships, it's about finding strength in your own value, your self-worth. Whether or not others recognize it, always remember that understanding your worth isn't a one-off event. It's a continuous journey, a practice that evolves over time. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging to yourself that you have value, not because of anyone else's opinion, but because of the inherent qualities that make you who you are. Embracing Stoic philosophy can profoundly impact how you perceive yourself in relationships. The ancient Stoics taught that our self-worth is rooted in our character and virtues, not in external validation or fleeting accomplishments. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we empower ourselves to cultivate inner strength and resilience. This perspective helps us navigate the complexities of relationships with grace and authenticity. Consider the importance of self-reflection in the Stoic tradition. Taking time to introspect and understand your core values and principles can reveal your true self. This process is crucial for building meaningful relationships, as it allows you to connect with others on a deeper level beyond superficial interactions. When you align your actions with your values, you exude a sense of integrity and authenticity that naturally attracts genuine admiration and respect. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to accept the impermanence of external circumstances. People's opinions, social status, and material possessions are transient. By focusing on developing your inner virtues, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you build a foundation of self-worth that remains steady, regardless of external fluctuations. This mindset frees you from the constant need for external validation and allows you to approach relationships with a sense of confidence and self-assuredness. When you think of a Stoic, don't imagine a stern, emotionless figure from ancient times. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your feelings or being indifferent. It's about knowing what truly deserves your energy and what doesn't. And how you present yourself absolutely deserves your energy. Let's delve into what it means to present yourself with dignity in relationships. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we go to great lengths to impress someone, only to lose sight of who we really are? We change how we dress, speak, and act, hoping to gain approval. But here's the crucial point, and this is where our calm and wise perspective comes in. Your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style or the trendy places you visit. It's about how you present yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom observing two students giving presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience, while the other student is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the importance of presenting oneself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasized living honestly and respecting oneself. So, how does this apply to dating today? It's straightforward. Be authentically yourself. If you love diving into books, embrace it. If you have a strong passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. And here's another important point. Treating yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you're always criticizing yourself, you're essentially saying it's okay for others to do the same. However, when you respect yourself and value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement. I deserve respect and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In relationships, it's not only about your appearance or words. It's about your responses and demeanor in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to fit in, or are you staying true to yourself even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We're all human with our flaws and awkward moments. What matters is how you deal with those moments. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and keep going? Additionally, think about the value of emotional resilience. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in fleeting emotions and temporary setbacks. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a sense of inner peace and stability, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. This doesn't mean we become detached or uncaring. Rather, we develop a deeper understanding of our emotions and learn to respond to them in a balanced and thoughtful manner. Moreover, consider the impact of your actions on others. When you present yourself with dignity and authenticity, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your behavior sets a standard, encouraging honesty and self-respect in your relationships. This creates a positive ripple effect, fostering environments where people feel valued and respected for who they are. Let's take a moment to reflect deeply. How can we begin to show ourselves more dignity and self-respect? This journey might involve setting clear, firm boundaries and refusing things that don't align with our core values. It could also mean treating ourselves with increased compassion and respect. When we start to view ourselves as worthy of respect, others will inevitably begin to see us that way too. I understand if this approach might initially seem old-fashioned or overly strict, but please consider this perspective. It's not about becoming unapproachable. It's about recognizing your worth and respecting yourself. This self-respect fosters an environment where others are more likely to treat you with the respect you deserve. So, what insights can we gain from Stoicism on this matter? Stoicism teaches us the art of self-control and resilience, but not in a rigid or dull manner. It's about discerning what truly matters and safeguarding it. In a world where instant gratification and endless scrolling dominate our lives, Stoicism offers a refreshing contrast. It encourages us to find value in patience, contemplation, and intentionality. Consider this. In our relationships and interactions, there's often a rush to share everything: our time, our space, our deepest feelings. Stoics would advise us to pause and reflect. Why? Because when something is constantly available, it loses its uniqueness and value. This is a fundamental aspect of human nature. If you are always there, always saying yes, the excitement, mystery, and anticipation diminish. Let's delve into how we can set boundaries gracefully, guided by Stoic principles. First, it begins with how we present ourselves. Dressing stylishly yet modestly isn't just about appearance. It sends a powerful message. It communicates, I respect myself. This approach is not about hiding who you are, but rather about maintaining a balance, signaling that there is more to you than meets the eye. Managing your time and focus is essential in today's hyper-connected world. Being discerning about who receives your time is a meaningful choice that reflects your values and priorities. It's not about playing games. It's about affirming, my time is precious, and I prioritize it thoughtfully. When you spend time with someone, be fully present and engaged. However, when you're not with them, it's perfectly okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own life, interests, and personal development. A crucial element of this approach is emotional self-mastery, a concept emphasized by Stoicism. Stoicism doesn't advocate being cold or disconnected. Rather, it encourages maintaining a balanced perspective. This means not allowing minor issues to deeply affect you and preserving your peace and composure. Emotional energy, like time, should not be freely given to everyone. It must be earned, just as you selectively allocate your time and attention. This is not to suggest that you should become unfeeling or distant like a Stoic statue. We are all human, and genuine connections are essential for a fulfilling life. However, there is something special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that are not solely based on immediate gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships with depth and endurance, something that goes beyond instant access and quick fixes. Setting limits is not about playing tricks or controlling situations. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about demonstrating through your actions, not just your words, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. Being selective, composed, and a bit stoic in your approach to relationships helps strike a balance between openness and discernment, between sharing and reserving a bit for yourself. Embracing these principles significantly influences how others see and treat you. By valuing your time and emotional energy, you project self-respect and attract more meaningful and respectful interactions. So, here's to valuing ourselves, embracing a touch of stoicism, and finding a healthy balance in today's fast-paced dating scene. Cheers to thoughtful engagement and deeper connections. In Stoicism, there's a powerful concept about letting go, not in a distant or indifferent manner, but in understanding the distinction between what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This idea is particularly significant in relationships. We've all experienced moments where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. This could be due to the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply clinging to the hope that things will improve. This is where Stoicism offers profound guidance. Real strength comes from realizing that we have the power to either stay in or leave situations that contradict our principles and to choose a different path when necessary. This doesn't mean giving up as soon as things get tough. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to understand your self-worth and principles so deeply that when something fundamentally contradicts them, you're prepared to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage to affirm, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's delve deeper into this idea. Being prepared to leave a situation is about respecting yourself. It means sticking to what you believe in and recognizing your own value. This doesn't always have to involve a dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a peaceful realization that this situation isn't right for you. It can be scary, and the uncertainty of the future can be intimidating. But think about the Stoics. They taught us the importance of facing challenges with bravery and accepting life's uncertainties. It's about understanding that sometimes the bravest action is to let go of something that doesn't align with your path. This perspective can transform everything. When you're in a relationship and realize that you're there because it reflects your values, not because you're afraid to leave, it's a game changer. It shifts the whole dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear. You're staying because it's your genuine choice. And here's the key point. When you bravely step away from what doesn't benefit you, you create space for what does. It's like decluttering the past to welcome in the future. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for you and giving yourself the opportunity to discover them. Let's remember that being prepared to move on isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves sufficiently to say, I deserve something better. This mindset reflects a deep respect for oneself and an understanding of personal worth. Embracing Stoicism when challenges arise underscores that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of actions over mere words. The Stoics advocated for demonstrating rather than just stating beliefs, which is particularly relevant when discussing setting boundaries in relationships. It's one thing to articulate your boundaries, but it's far more impactful to show them through your actions. Consider this. It's easy to declare, I won't accept mistreatment, but the real test is when you encounter such behavior. Will you uphold your boundary, or will you compromise? True strength lies not in words, but in actions. I understand that this isn't simple. It can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved. However, let's recall the wisdom of the Stoics. We have the power to choose our responses to situations. If someone oversteps a boundary, it's your response that establishes and enforces that boundary, not just your words. Imagine a situation where honesty is a core value for you, and someone tells a lie. How you respond in that moment shows how serious you are about your boundaries. Whether you choose to calmly address the issue or decide to step back, your actions demonstrate your commitment to your values. It's not about stirring up trouble. It's about showing self-respect by reacting in a way that aligns with what you believe in. For instance, if honesty is paramount to you and someone lies, your decision to address the dishonesty or distance yourself from the individual shows your dedication to your principles. This approach not only reinforces your boundaries, but also communicates to others the importance of respecting your values. Moreover, this philosophy extends beyond personal relationships. In professional settings, adhering to your values and boundaries can set a standard for how you are treated. If you consistently show through your actions that you will not tolerate disrespect or unethical behavior, you cultivate an environment where others are more likely to respect your boundaries. This proactive stance not only safeguards your well-being, but also promotes a culture of integrity and mutual respect. Embracing this approach can significantly transform your relationships. When others observe that you possess well-defined boundaries and are committed to upholding them, they gain a clearer understanding of your expectations and limits. This practice nurtures self-respect and reinforces your commitment to personal values. Let's delve deeper into this essential concept with a straightforward yet profound approach. It's not solely the grand gestures or significant events that matter. The everyday interactions and responses play a crucial role. Consider how you react when plans suddenly change or when someone fails to appreciate your worth. Do you simply brush it off, or do you communicate calmly and assertively that such behavior is unacceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness becomes invaluable. Stoic mindfulness encourages us to focus on the present moment and reflect on our reactions. Are your actions aligned with your established boundaries? Are you being true to yourself? It's vital to be attentive to the small moments because these instances often test our boundaries the most. As we navigate our daily interactions, let's strive to embody a touch of Stoicism in asserting our boundaries. It's not about being inflexible or obstinate. It's about having an inner compass that guides our actions and reactions. This approach not only enhances self-respect, but also earns the respect of others. When you consistently uphold your boundaries, people begin to see you as someone who values themselves and their principles. Stoicism imparts the importance of practical wisdom, which involves assessing individuals based on their actions rather than their words. In our contemporary world, it's common for people to make promises and say all the right things without following through, especially in relationships. Stoics advise us to look beyond charming words and focus on consistent actions, as actions reveal the true character. We've all experienced this at some point, meeting someone whose words captivate and enchant us, only to later discover that their actions fail to live up to their promises. They say they'll call, but they don't. They make plans only to cancel them at the last minute. Despite these disappointments, we often cling to their words, hoping for a different outcome. This is precisely when adopting a Stoic mindset can be invaluable. Stoicism teaches us not to be easily swayed by words or overwhelmed by fleeting emotions. It encourages us to remain logical and perceive reality with clarity. When actions don't align with words, it's a red flag, like a signal from the universe telling us, "Pay attention, something isn't right here." Adopting a Stoic mindset fundamentally changes how we navigate relationships. Instead of being carried away by sweet words and empty promises, we start to notice the small yet significant details. How do they act under pressure? Do they consistently keep their promises? Are they genuinely present in meaningful ways? By focusing on actions rather than words, we set a higher standard for our interactions. We communicate, "I'm not just listening to your words, I'm watching your actions." This approach sends a powerful message. People realize they can't simply talk their way into our lives. They must prove their genuineness and trustworthiness through consistent actions. However, embracing this mindset doesn't mean becoming negative or distrusting everyone we meet. It's about being wise and protecting our feelings with a touch of Stoic insight. It's about acknowledging our emotions while staying grounded in reality. By paying attention to actions, not just words, we approach love and relationships with a balanced perspective, being logical, observant, and thoughtful. Ultimately, actions speak louder than words. Stoicism and reality are closely intertwined. Stoics believed in understanding situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy is particularly useful in the context of love and dating. We've all been there, haven't we? When someone says all the right things, we eagerly want to believe them. Even when there are clear warning signs, we often choose to overlook them. This is where a Stoic mindset can be incredibly beneficial. Being appropriately skeptical is like possessing a superpower. It doesn't mean being pessimistic or distrustful. Rather, it's about remaining realistic and not accepting everything at face value. It involves being observant, asking thoughtful questions, and taking the time to carefully consider our experiences. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new, and they seem fantastic. They say all sorts of lovely things, even talking about a future together. But it's only been a short time. Your skeptical, Stoic mindset advises you to take it easy, to wait and see if their actions align with their words, and to observe how things progress. It's a gentle reality check, urging you not to get swept away in romance and to stay grounded and mindful. This skepticism isn't about bombarding the other person with questions or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful. It means not only listening to what they say, but also observing their actions. It involves taking the time to truly understand someone, to see if they're consistent and genuine. The Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not just being carried away by emotions. In relationships, this approach is crucial. When emotions dominate, we may overlook important details. But when we combine our feelings with a dose of skepticism and logical thinking, we enable ourselves to see things more clearly. Another important aspect is safeguarding your heart. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, you're not rushing into something without certainty. You're allowing yourself the opportunity to grasp the true nature of the other person, rather than projecting your desires onto them. Let's keep in mind the importance of adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism. It's about being intelligent, attentive, and not letting emotions carry us away. It's about protecting ourselves and our emotional well-being. It's not about shutting ourselves off, but about approaching new opportunities with careful consideration and wisdom. Stoicism and reality are tightly connected. Stoics believed in understanding things as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy is particularly useful in love and dating. We've all been there, right? Someone says all the right things and we want to believe them. Even when there are red flags, we ignore them. This is where a Stoic mindset helps. Healthy skepticism is like a superpower. It doesn't mean being pessimistic or mistrustful. It means being realistic and not accepting everything at face value. It means being observant, asking questions, and not rushing into things without careful thought. Meeting someone new and feeling an instant connection can be exhilarating. They seem wonderful, saying all the right things, and even hinting at a future together. However, despite the initial excitement, it's important to remember that this is just the beginning of the relationship. A skeptical Stoic mindset advises taking things slowly, ensuring that their actions align with their words, and observing how the relationship unfolds over time. This skepticism isn't about interrogating the other person or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful and measured. It's about listening to what they say while also paying close attention to what they do. Taking the time to truly understand someone allows you to see if they are consistent and genuine. The Stoics emphasized the importance of logic and reason over simply following emotions. This approach is especially crucial in relationships. When emotions dominate, we might overlook important details. However, by blending our feelings with a touch of skepticism and logical thinking, we gain a clearer perspective. Another vital aspect of this mindset is protecting your heart. Maintaining a bit of skepticism helps you avoid rushing into something without certainty. It gives you the opportunity to see the person for who they truly are, rather than who you hope they might be. Embracing a touch of Stoic skepticism means being smart and attentive, ensuring that emotions don't completely take over. It's about safeguarding your emotional well-being and approaching new possibilities with care and wisdom. In Stoicism, the cornerstone lies in steadfastly adhering to your values and having the courage to remain authentic, particularly within relationships. This principle demands a profound understanding of your beliefs and a steadfast commitment to upholding your standards, even if doing so introduces tension. Imagine this scenario. You find yourself in a relationship where your partner suggests something that conflicts with your principles. Whether it involves rushing into a commitment or compromising your moral compass, the temptation to acquiesce can be strong. However, this is precisely where the Stoic mindset becomes indispensable. The ability to say no in such moments signifies a commitment to self-respect, asserting your beliefs, and safeguarding your boundaries. Admittedly, this isn't a simple feat. It's immensely challenging, particularly when emotions are involved. Internal doubts may surface, whispering fears of potential consequences like pushing the other person away. Yet Stoicism teaches us to summon our courage, not only to face external challenges, but also to confront these internal struggles head-on. Declining actions that contradict your values is an act of self-honor. It communicates that you hold yourself in high regard and refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. While there is a risk of losing the relationship, if asserting your values causes someone to depart, perhaps they weren't the right match for you after all. This approach has the potential to profoundly reshape relationships. When others witness your unwavering commitment to your principles, it alters their perception of you. It demonstrates that you possess self-respect and prioritize authenticity, qualities that are inherently attractive. From a Stoic viewpoint, saying no isn't solely about establishing boundaries. It's about maintaining honesty with oneself. It entails recognizing your genuine desires and needs within a relationship and steadfastly honoring them. It rejects the notion of allowing fear of solitude to sway you into decisions that diverge from your true identity. Let's pause to reflect on this insightfully. Let's affirm that asserting oneself with a no isn't just permissible, it's imperative. It embodies staying true to oneself and living with integrity, as the Stoics advocated. It fosters relationships founded on mutual respect and genuine connection, rather than fear and compromise. This approach not only enriches your personal journey, but also cultivates relationships grounded in authenticity and shared values. This lesson ties in perfectly with everything we've discussed, especially from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in ancient wisdom, teaches us a profound approach to life, focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This principle holds particular significance when applied to relationships, where our emotions often run high and our instincts may lead us astray. Consider this common scenario. You find yourself in a promising relationship, enjoying each other's company and sharing meaningful moments. Suddenly, without warning, your partner begins to withdraw. The natural inclination for many is to chase after them, seeking to regain what seems lost. This reaction is not only instinctive but deeply rooted in our desire for connection and validation. Yet Stoicism offers a different perspective. It prompts us to pause and reflect. Why expend energy on something beyond our control? The Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, would counsel us to focus inward instead of futilely pursuing external validation. They would ask, why chase after someone who is distancing themselves? What does this pursuit say about our self-worth? At its core, embracing Stoicism in relationships means honoring our dignity and self-respect. It means recognizing that our worth is not contingent upon someone else's affection or attention. Chasing after someone who is moving away is akin to trying to grasp water with our hands. It slips through our fingers, leaving us empty-handed and disheartened. Instead, the Stoic approach invites us to stand firmly in our self-worth. It encourages us to cultivate inner strength and trust that if someone values us, they will demonstrate it through their actions. This mindset requires courage and resilience to resist the urge to chase, to relinquish control over others' feelings, and to reclaim power over our own emotions. As we bring our discussion to a close today, I want to leave you with something truly profound to carry forward. Your self-worth is not just a facet of who you are. It's the radiant thread that weaves through the vast tapestry of your life, connecting every experience and moment. Echoing the Stoic philosophy, remember that you hold the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges and triumphs. Your honor and self-esteem are within your control, shaping the essence of your character. Embrace the resilience within you. Let every action, decision, and boundary you set reflect the extraordinary person that you are. In moments of doubt, reflect on the Stoic wisdom we've explored today. Life is not merely about enduring, it's an ongoing opportunity for growth, a chance to cultivate strength and wisdom with each passing day. If our conversation resonated with you, why not delve deeper? Explore the playlist conveniently displayed on your screen. It's filled with additional insights, stories, and practical tips designed to empower you as you navigate life with greater wisdom and confidence. Click on it, and let's continue this enriching journey together. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Always remember, you're never alone in navigating this journey of life. Together, we're all learning and evolving, one step, one day at a time. Until our paths cross again, take good care, stay resilient, and keep embracing the wisdom of the Stoics.